Ayton Global Research are a consumer research company and we're based in the UK, but we do work on a global scale with over 500,000 volunteers.
The hair care sector has simply exploded, not just in Europe, but in South America, North America, all over the world. And as such, the consumer has got so many choices to make about what preparations they want to use on their hair, that this is reflected in the complexity of the studies that we offer. We have a highly sophisticated profiling mechanism to know people's current state of their hair and what their aspirations are.
There are lots of different methodologies you can use to conduct consumer research for hair care. For example, the volunteers can use the product in home, you can use salon studies, you can use video testimonial studies, and you can use before and after photo studies. There are lots of different claims you might want to make about your hair care product, but you will really need to consider what claims you will need to have both a clinical and consumer research study to substantiate, and what claims you can just use a consumer research study to substantiate. For example, you might want clinical studies to back up that your hair is anti-dandruff, so you've got a high-tech camera which will take photos of the hair close up and can prove that it's flake-free. You also might want a consumer research study to then back up that claim and say that the consumers can see that their hair is flake-free to the naked eye. There are lots of other different kinds of claims for hair care as well. We conduct studies for coloured hair, for hair breakage, for hair growth, for hair loss. There are lots of different claims.
We understand that the data that you hold on our system is extremely valuable and extremely important. It could, for instance, be your ingredients list, it could be your study design, it could be the claims and the statistics that we hold on your reports. Therefore, it's important that we encrypt this data, access is controlled, and make sure it's retained in harmony with your procedures and your policies in-house.
Adverse reaction reporting is very different when we're looking at hair care rather than skin care. Any kind of adverse reaction is not always immediate with hair care, and it may just be that after using a preparation continually throughout the trial period, that there's a build-up effect that the volunteer considers to be an adverse reaction. Ayton system software captures any adverse reaction in real time.
You will need to ensure that your product has been safety tested to ensure it's safe for our volunteers to use. We don't necessarily need your product to be stability tested, however you will need to let us know so that we can follow the correct legal requirements to test this. As it is a hair care product, you might want to provide us with a control product. For example, if the product is a mask, all the volunteers will need to use the same shampoo. When considering the panel requirements for your hair care study, be very specific. Think about what the product is supposed to do, and think about the hair type that it is supposed to be for. If you want to get the claim suitable for all hair types, we will need a significant amount of volunteers with each hair type on the study. Consider things like scalp conditions, and if you need people with psoriasis on your study, or people that have a very healthy scalp. As well as thinking about the inclusion criteria for your hair care consumer research study, also think about the exclusions. You might not want people who have dyed their hair in the last 6 to 8 weeks. You might want people that haven't used any keratin treatments on their hair.
Ayton Global Research is a completely online company, so we can reduce our lead time significantly. This really impresses our clients. Ayton Global Research owns its own software, and we've won several grants for our innovation within our industry.